How
Really?
you doing? Long time no see.
Yeah, I love your glasses.
Thank you. These are,
Looking for mine.
do you have?
I have blue light glasses, yeah.
Yeah, these
I
are
have to or like the screen burns my eyes. I'm sensitive.
100%. Oh, these are better too. I got the over the glasses as well, yellow ones. These are True Dark.
That's awesome.
True Dark by Dave Asbury. Do you know? Do you have?
I go through Gunnar Optics.
Okay.
It's a
And
gaming brand.
and then this is the red ones for like
Oh wow.
you get the 99%.
That is crazy. You like that one?
Well, it's better for when at nighttime when I'm going to sleep. So if I'm watching or reading something, I put them on, and I notice that the stimulus is not keeping me up because it blocks out 99%. This is 77%.
Yeah,
So yeah, I find it very helpful, and my ready and sleep scores on my Oura Ring reflect.
that's awesome. I just to give you some good news, I found a little hack that I remember we were talking about getting up early and all that.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. How's that going?
it's going pretty good. I found a small hack. So every day I have an alarm set for 6:30
Yeah,
every day,
yeah.
6:35 and then 6:40, right?
Nice.
So my body is interrupted by those alarms no matter what time I get up.
Hmm.
So recently um I've been able to just unconsciously wake up at that time because my body is already waking up at that time to turn off the alarms. So now it's just get
Naturally
out.
coming.
Yeah, just get out of bed now. Now it's
Isn't that
just,
huge? That's a breakthrough.
dude, it's crazy because like my dad was telling me he's like, yeah, I have my alarm set for 6:30 because he gets up in the morning and reads the Bible.
Yeah,
He's like, it got to the point where like I would just get up now at like 6:20, 6:25 because like my body's already in
yeah,
that
yeah.
motion of like
Right
getting up. I was
before the
like,
alarm goes off, right?
yeah, exactly. So now I was like, so like I would say like maybe like 2 weeks or 3 weeks before you and I were talking, I already set that in my phone to do that.
Yeah,
And every day I would catch myself getting up at that time and go back to sleep. Getting up at that time and going back to sleep. Now it's
that's
just like get up at that
awesome.
time and it's just like get out of bed. Just like roll out of bed.
Congrats, dude. That's amazing.
Yeah. And all it took
What?
was a month of micro habits.
Yeah. What time do you need to sleep to get up at that time?
I've been trying to go to we've been getting in bed at 9. Like and I think I'm falling
What?
asleep at like yeah, like 10 or 11 just like out. So it's just I tell my girl she gets home, I was like, either we go for a walk or go to the gym or like we're gonna wind down now because I'm exhausted.
So, sorry, how many kids you say you had?
No kids.
Okay, no kids. Oh, you're talking about your wife, or
My fiance.
okay? So you get into bed by 9
Yeah.
and you're sleeping
Well,
by 10,
yeah, 10, 10:30, latest 11.
and then you're getting up at 6:30.
Yep.
So you're getting like what, 8 and
Yeah, if we can, they said as long as I can get about 7 hours of sleep,
yeah.
I'm good. And I've
Wow.
noticed like that's kind of like where the threshold is. If I get like 5 or 6, I feel super draggy. Like I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
yeah,
want to
yeah.
take a nap.
Do you have something to track your ready and sleep scores?
Not yet.
I recommend a Aura Ring if you don't like to wear a watch.
What are they called?
Aura, Oura. Be a code for $50 off. It's basically a smart ring. It's probably the number one smart ring in the world. All the Sam Ovens and Alex Hormozzi's and the biggest names on the planet Earth, they all use Aura Ring.
That's awesome. That's
So this is like I've got another one here. I've got this is my fourth one, I think.
nice. Is there like a Oura Ring 3 or a Ring 4?
It's four now.
It's
I
two.
think the newest one's Aura 4 ceramic, I think. I think I currently have the three because the four just came out. Or
It looks like it'd be a nice wedding band also.
it is. It's actually better than my wedding band. I shouldn't say that too loud, but yeah, because my wedding band is like
I
gold.
We
but
know what you mean.
yeah, I get more compliments on the Oura Ring than my wedding band. I never get any compliments on my. So this one looks better.
Yeah, I like it. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, I'll give you a discount code. You can get I think $50 off.
Nice. It'd be 200,
Or
199. It's worth.
depending on what model you get. Not model. I think color and model. Yeah, there's different prices. Yeah, I highly recommend it.
Awesome.
They're awesome. And for me, I only use stuff that works really well. So it tracks everything. So on the app, oh, and a disclaimer, there is a $10 or $7, I can't remember how much it is, a month. It gives you all your vital signs. So I had a 77 sleep score and a 68 ready score, and it gives your activities. It tells you things that you need to watch out for when you need to get rest. It tells you your REM sleep. I think they said you should get a minimum of 1 hour and 30 minutes. I had 1 hour and 26, so I'm pretty close. Deep sleep, how long it did take you to fall asleep. So it took me 6 minutes to fall asleep. And then,
How does it know all of this? You know what I
dude,
mean?
it's
Like how does it know when you're falling asleep? Is there like certain markers in your heart rate and
your
stuff?
heart rate. Yeah, it's good. Something called HRV, the heart rate variability. It can take your temperature while you're sleeping. So look at this. My resting heart rate while I'm sleeping is 53. I don't know if you can see this.
Got it. Yeah, yeah.
Heart rate variable is 30 milliseconds. My body temperature is negative 0.1, and my respiratory rate is 11.6 per minute. So you want to sleep as cold as possible. So I throw off the blankets. I basically, other than my boxers, I sleep with nothing because
What what do you have the temperature in the house?
it's pretty cold. I can't remember what it is, but it's people are cold in our house, and they have to wear extra layers.
Yeah.
So I try to sleep as cold as possible so that it's like a bear hibernate. Your organs work less, and try not to eat or drink anything 3 hours before you sleep. Because if you drink something, you're going to probably wake up in the middle of the night and pee, which interrupts your sleep. And you can see on the Oura Ring exactly when you wake up and when you're trying to go back to sleep. And it shows the deep sleep cycle in different colors. So if I don't, like today, I try not to drink anything 3 hours before. I didn't wake up till I woke up, which is 7:10 a.m. And then I had to go pee. So my
Yeah.
sleep was straight, which is really, really helpful. And it tells you the temperature. So you want to sleep as cold as possible so that your body is as efficient as possible.
Yeah. I My fiance, she's like anti-cold. So I try to put the house on 68
Yeah.
because like I'm just a warm body person. Like I notice that I cannot sleep when it's hot. It's
Who,
just
you or her?
me. Like I will sweat in my sleep if I have like a blanket over me and I'm hot, yeah,
Yeah,
I'll just
your
start
body
sweating.
runs hot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. So my wife is the same. She doesn't like to be cold. So she's in like multi-layered blankets and wrapped around like a cocoon. And I'm like, I have no sheets, nothing on me, right?
The only thing that I would say that would bother me would be my feet. My feet would get so cold.
Yeah,
That's the only thing. Everything else I can sit there and just be like sprawled out. But
that's probably true for me too, because I think
yeah.
that's the first part that gets the coldest the fastest.
And
Um,
then maybe I wear like maybe I put on some socks then.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That could do it. But yeah, it's a game changer. And when you can track your biometrics and understand your body even better. So I have a biohacking coach, and he just said, "Hey, you know, you did an 84 yesterday. Let's get you up to 95." So part of me was like, "Well, what are you at?" And he's like, "I'm at 93 to 95 every single day." I'm like, "Okay,
All right, you win. All right,
yeah, you
any
win. Now I got to take some points. So take some notes."
yeah.
So
I think I think I need to start pushing what time I wake up even earlier because like my fiance has been having to get out of the house at like 7, like to
oh, really?
go to places for work. And I really want us to start incorporating the gym in the morning. So I think
Yeah.
if I wake up at like 5:30, we can go to the gym for 45. Um, because we have a really good community gym in the morning, in a community gym. We could just go bust it out there. She could do
Community
like a
gym
40.
that's included in your where you live.
Yeah.
That's
It,
amazing. Do you guys take
yeah.
advantage of that?
I mean, I do,
Oh, do
but
you? Okay.
you know how it is when if you're out of the house at 7 and you get back home at 7, you're not gonna really want to do anything
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
get back home at that time. So we got to get wedding ready, Jay. Like I'm getting married,
When
like
are you getting married?
April 25th.
Woo! How's that?
Yeah.
How's the plans going?
You know, wedding planning. We
So how
actually
many?
are we're traveling to Peru next week.
What?
We fly out Monday because we got to go meet with the wedding planner and all that
Wait, oh,
stuff.
wait. Are you getting married in Peru?
Yeah.
Is that where she's from?
Yeah, her whole family's from Peru.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, my good friends from my church are from Peru. So you're going for how long?
Just a week,
Okay.
like 7 days, something like that.
And how many people are coming to the wedding?
We uh we checked the list and we have like 150 people already confirmed coming.
And how many did you invite?
Like 100, like 200 and something. Mind you, majority is her family.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
And very few people are from yours?
yeah. I mean, I don't really know my family too well.
Really?
I know my nucleus,
Yeah.
but like my dad has my family's from Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't really know like all of my cousins and all of my aunts and stuff, but apparently we have like a massive family over there and I'm like, maybe we should just throw a family reunion. You know what I mean? Like in Puerto Rico, because I need to meet people. You should see my fiance's like family. They have like her mom has 7 brothers and sisters, right? And they all have like 2 kids and they have kids and then they have aunts and uncles and
Oh,
this
so
and that.
huge
And
family.
yeah, and they all communicate. It's like they have a an older group chat with all like the brothers and the sisters and the aunts and the uncles and everything, and there's like 30 people in there, and then they have it's called primos chat. It's like all the cousins chat, and they have another like 30 people in there, and like they'll make announcements in that, and like this is yeah, y'all have such a great thing going here. Like I wish my family would talk to each other
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. It's she really opened my eyes to like how a family can really like be a unit, you know what I mean? And I'm starting to like implement those things into my family. Um like I made a family chat. I didn't have a family chat before I met her and she invited me to her family chat. And everybody's always in there just slinging stuff, talking about this and that. And I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I need to have a family chat. So I made one and my family's like, what's this for?
Ah,
Uh, I'm like,
what's
so
communication? Why do we need to communicate?
yeah, like we need to talk. I was like, and then it's so funny. My mom, she'll send me like pictures directly to me about like my nieces getting honor roll, and I'm like, put that in the family chat. Stop sending me stuff.
That's so funny.
And then I forward it all there, and everybody's like, woo! I was like,
That's
see
so
my,
funny.
I don't know, but I'm
And
just trying to change the mindset of my family. There's a lot of stuff going on here, and in a past life, Jay, I can tell you right now, like I was only focused on me and my
mm,
stuff and what I
mm,
wanted, and
hmm.
like being with being with my fiance now really puts things into perspective as to what's important in life.
Wait till you have kids. All selfishness, at least good parents, healthy parents, goes out the door.
I'm
And
nervous.
yeah, well, nothing to be nervous. It's exciting and nervous because we don't have the manual, right? The instruction. We have the instructor's manual, which is
Yeah,
God's word,
yeah,
and it says, "And teach children in the way that they should go, that they would not wander from the word." Right? And if you look at the greatest commandment in the Bible, it says, disciple every nation, every tribe, every tongue, right? That they would teach them to follow God's word, baptize them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. It's a simple command, but many people who claim to be Christian are just believers but don't follow Christ.
yeah,
Ouch.
yeah, yeah. And that's
called to
Uh,
follow him.
It's and then it's also really interesting, like her family is very is Catholic and my family is Pentecostal.
Oh wow, that's pretty different.
Yeah, so she's like, "How are we gonna raise our kids?" I said, "We're gonna raise our kids with love and with the
Mm,
word of God." I was
mm,
like, "I don't God doesn't discriminate. We just gotta figure out, the right path forward. Let's just make good decisions, and as long as our intentions are correct, I think we'll be okay."
mm,
You know, at the end of the day, both religions believe in God. You know what I mean? Both
yeah.
believe in the word of God. So that's that's all I can do right now.
Well, because I don't know if you know, I was a pastor for 10 years and a regional evangelist for all of Canada. So when we talk apologetics and we talk about differences in like Catholics were the ones that were most open historically and statistically for me in my ministry to come not just believe in Christ but to follow him. There's a difference because there's lordship, which is meaning letting Jesus be the Lord of your life. And the
Yeah,
biggest what do you call gaps that I was trying to clarify to Catholics, couple of them that come from the top of my head is like, Catholics, they go to a priest, right, to mediate,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So that's why you go to confessional booths and then you go to, and I said, in the Bible, there is no
Mm,
mediator except Christ because he's perfect.
yes,
When we use man, they are fallible and they're sin. They're human by human. They're broken by human nature. So why do we go to a broken connection, which is people who are, you've seen all sorts of atrocities with the Catholic priests and the abuse that has happened there. Why do we go to the imperfect person to mediate when we can go directly to the source? Anyway, so that's one big gap. Number two is, worshiping the saints, right? Do we honor them? 100%. But they're not the ones who get all the glory or should get all the glory. It's they were used by God just like God uses us.
hmm
Number three, there was a thing like we don't believe in purgatory, where there's no middle place, and we don't believe in penance, which is, if you can give more to the church or more time or more charity, which is, all good things.
yep,
It's we we only give because we gave. We only do it because he's done, but we don't do it to earn heaven or to earn, God's love. We do it because he's already. It's called tetelestai. It's Aramaic that says the debt is paid in full. The work on the cross is finished. Now you do good works because of what he's done for you, but it's not the other way around trying to work our way or grovel our way to heaven and try to get God to be happy. But because of Christ doing all the work, that's why for many of the Catholics that I talk about, they're trying to earn their way. I said, have you come to the place in your spiritual life where you know for certain that you're gonna go to heaven, or is it something you say you're still working on? So most
yeah,
answers for Catholic people are like, I'm working on it. I'm trying to let the good outweigh the bad. And like the standard for going to heaven is perfection. I don't know
yeah,
about you, but I'm far from perfect. And they're like, except for one guy who was joking, saying he was perfect, and he knew he wasn't. Nobody
yeah,
can
yeah,
can be that. Anyway, so that's been an interesting conversation that I've been having for decades with people of different religions, particularly Catholics, where um, there are differences and they do matter.
yeah. And that was a big thing for me. Like we believe like in no symbols, like symbols of like crosses and the Virgin Mary or any of that kind of stuff. Like we believe in God, Jesus, and the Holy Ghost. You know what I mean?
Yep, Trinitarian.
Uh,
So, when I went to seminary, symbols and icons, we don't worship them, but they're good reminders.
yeah,
But some people use them to the point where they're religious. Like this will be my good luck charm, like the cross, right?
yeah,
And some of the Catholic crosses, as you may or may not know, they still have Jesus on them. And for Pentecostals and people like who are, fire breathing, born again, spirit filled Christians, the crosses that we wear, if we wore it, at least, wouldn't have Jesus on the cross because he's resurrected from it. And
exactly.
anyways, the symbols lead to reminders. For example, communion, something that reminds us that we're to take the body and the blood of Christ to remember what he's done for us, right? Because we forget. We tend to forget all the time, every time. Like you said, I was in a season of just it was myself. And that's when we're lost in ourselves, then we're not only far from God, we're not even thinking about God for the most part.
Yeah, and that's where I noticed like my life has changed a lot, and I think she really put like va my family values into perspective, my religious beliefs into work, you know what I mean? Still holding my position as where I sit as a Christian, as a Pentecostal Christian. Yeah,
Mhm.
I know I'm living in sin because we live together and all that kind of stuff. But I still have morals, very strong morals and pillars that connect me with God. Um, and I try to show her that, you know what I mean? On our day-to-day life, on how I go about doing anything. But
What I respect about you is your self-awareness and your ability to even humbly, share and confess these things. Like the fact that like most people that I know that live together and they know they're in sin, they don't even want to talk about it or admit it. So it tells me a lot about your character, right? And your desire,
yeah,
right? And God looks to the heart, right?
yeah, and that's really what it is. Like, I want her to know, like, when we do have kids, I am going to be preaching what I have learned through
Yeah,
my life, you
yeah.
know, preaching and it's not and the question is like, oh, but what what religion are we going to raise them as? But I think we just need to teach them the word of God and teach
Amen.
them and just push that. That's what needs to happen.
Yeah.
Not, oh, they're going to be a Pentecostal or they're going to be a Catholic. No. Let's push the word of God. Let's give the right teachings. Let's show the love of God. Let's show all of this. Show the value of what God can do for you. Um,
There was a video I saw of a motivational speaker, um, and he was basically doing a split test. One was like um, he was taking a guy and taking his hand and pulling him and saying, "I want you to do these things." And so right away, the guy was like, resisting, and then to the point where he was pulling his hand away, kind of like, get off of me, don't touch me, kind of thing, right?
yeah,
And then he did the same thing where he took his hand and he says, "Hey, let's go over to this corner here. We're going to work on this project together, and this is how it's going to look like."
yep,
So, and the guy just walked with him and was even walking ahead of him to kind of go to the assignment. So the one thing I want to just even suggest, if you were open to it, is pushing the word of God is kind of like when we try to force or enforce our ways upon, just like, if you've ever had experience, and I've had this in my life, where my parents are like, you have to go to church, or you have to read the Bible, or you have to study. And all the things that they had told me I had to do, it caused a pendulum swing from, um, you know, what do you call it? We call it relationship versus religion. Sorry, not really. I I have to, I must, want to. It was called religion and rebellion. Sorry, religion and rebellion. And the crazy thing about, let me show you this. This might help you. This caused an epiphany in my life, in my ministry, in my theology. Let me just open this up, and I think it'll, because I'm a visual learner. I think it'll help you understand what I had an epiphany of. Give me a second here. I'm just opening up my eGlass Fusion where I teach and train. Uh, and let me just share my screen. Okay, I'm gonna try to bring my camera over here so you still see me. Okay, can you see my screen here, back here? On your end screen?
uh, hold on. It said give more
Can
starter
you see my
screen.
screen share?
Yep, you're good.
Okay, so I'm behind the screen, so I'm gonna disappear for a second. So the religion, let me just, let me see if this comes up. Religion, rebellion. So this is called the pendulum swing. Okay. So religion says I must do or I have to. Right.
Yeah.
And then so I have to go to church. I must read the Bible. Right? All these different things.
Yeah.
And then I get to a point where I'm like, I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of doing this. I can't do this anymore. I can't keep up with going to church and reading my Bible and staying on track. Right. So I swing to the rebellion, which is I will not and I don't have to. Right. I default to this a lot because because I had so much authority in my life from my parents and teachers and strict, you know, manipulative rulers or leaders, whatever you call them, in an unhealthy way, even in the church. I default to like, I got to find a shortcut. I don't submit to authority. I don't agree. I think there's a better way, which is kind of to a fault. There's a dark side to it. The beauty of it is hacking and growing and scaling has been one of the benefits of being a rebellion. But in all truth, this model actually does not work. This one does not work, and this doesn't work. And you're kind of left with, okay, what does work?
Yeah.
And you look at this thing, and what happens is this: when you love God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, which is the greatest commandment, Mark 12:30, and it says that overflow allows you to love others. Because I don't have enough capacity, time, bandwidth, or even desire to like or love my neighbor that I don't like. I actually probably hate them, to be honest,
Mhm.
because I think they're whatever. I can say all these different swear words that would not be appropriate. Um, they've done things, and they've even though we've given like Christmas cookies and all these different baked goods that my children have given, what we got in return was a parking ticket like 3 or 4 times because we were parked there more than 3 hours, which we didn't know was a bylaw, and us.
Mhm.
And then we had the fire chief basically knock on our doors saying they thought there was someone illegally living in our basement, and my neighbor is actually a firefighter, right? So it's hard to love and like someone, and I would even consider almost to the point of hating or being an enemy, but only because of when my love tank is filled. Because in my own love, I'm on fumes. When you have gas and you're in fumes,
Yeah.
there's no love. But when that love is rising, because God pours out His love to the point of overflowing, it causes this horizontal um, relationship, which is allowing me to love others out of not in my own capacity, but in God's capacity, because I'm filling my cup with God, filling that love tank by loving God with all of my heart, soul, mind, and strength in Mark 12:30. So then I not only get to love God, but I can supernaturally, like supernaturally love others that I don't like or love.
Yeah.
And
No,
so it's
that
not a
makes
matter
sense.
of religion and or rebellion, but it's a matter of relationship. And that's been the epiphany for me. It's like if I don't do that, I'm in this constant pendulum swing of like, okay, I know what I need to do. I know I have to do this, and marriage can feel like that, and maybe in your relationship, like I know I got to take out the trash. I know I got to like clean out the garage. I know I had to like be a better encourager to my fiance, or I need to be a better communicator with my future in-laws, and blah blah blah
Yeah.
blah. And then part of you is like, forget it, screw this. I'm not doing this. I don't even need to be in this relationship with her because she's a blah 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 blah
Yeah.
blah.
It's
Right?
too
But then
much.
it's
Too much going on.
relationship is yeah, and relationship is the opposite. Is like even though she says things I don't like, if the motive, when the motive is love, and that we're not perfect people, just like I'm not perfect, then we can understand each other better and love each other to in Christ.
Yeah, I agree. And that's really what it is. Like I've also come to realizations in that same context as like if you really love someone or somebody intentionally like has love for you, deep love for you, when they say something like hey, I think you should XYZ or this, that, and the third. It's like this person that loves me obviously isn't going to say something to hurt me, right? And I gave that example to my fiance with her mom. I'm like, you're very short-tempered with your mom, but all it's like she says things with the best intention at heart. So even if it's annoying, she's saying it out of love because she cares for you. And it's like, well, she says it all the time. Well, I mean, if she's saying it all the time, then that means that you haven't changed what you're doing, and she sees it still. So it's like exactly what you said. It's like, oh, I don't want to take out the trash. I don't want to communicate with this, but it's just like we have to come to the consciousness that these things are done with love, and that's the same thing with God. Like sometimes you have a short fuse. Maybe you just need to practice your patience. You know that wristband. What
Mm.
would Jesus do? You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah.
So it's the same mindset. Like what would Jesus do? He'd be patient. He'd listen. He'd communicate. He'd try to like feel like what's the real intention here? You know what I mean? Obviously, Jesus knows all of this already, but you need to know this too. So,
Oh, did I freeze?
yeah, you're good.
Amen.
But yeah, I mean, every day is a work in
Yeah, I think I'm
progress
good.
as long as we keep building.
Yeah. Yep. Um, I know I gotta get going soon, but what's going on with the group now? What's your plan with
Yeah.
the school?
So, Nadia and I, so Nadia is the one that's like kind of putting everything together
Yeah, yeah,
for us. She was telling me that like if we want to grow this the way that we want to,
yeah.
the school may not be the platform to do it because it's very it has limitations. So she was showing me other options for like how to house everyone on a different platform to be built out to actually make more sense. Because there's just so much you can do on school from what she was explaining. And she's like, either we do this now or we're going to be limited later. So we're trying to understand like what's the best path forward for the platform. But I do have the school group. I just don't know if we want to house everybody within the school group to then like, hey everyone, we're making a switch here, and then we're gonna have to recollect like subscriptions and all that kind of stuff on
Do
a
you have another
different
platform
platform.
that you're looking at getting on?
Yeah, let me see if I can find it for you.
Circle or something? Or oh, another a biohack. You don't look like a kind of guy that's obese or overweight. Like, how tall are you and how much do you weigh?
6'1", 170.
Oh, you're light.
Yeah,
Um, is that skinny or is that muscle or is that
that's just average right now.
okay?
Yeah, I'm strong. Like may not I don't look it, but I have like dense muscle fibers that just make me really strong. But
Naturally?
yeah, naturally. Like when I was 26, I was I was benching like 335 at
What?
165. Yeah, I was strong. I'm super strong. That's just
Dude, you could have been like a power lifter.
like right now I haven't worked out and I would say like actually worked out in like close to 3 months, and I could still go into the gym and bench like 225 like nothing. Just I have freakishly strong muscles. My dad is built the same way. Like he's like 6'8", but he's just like super
He's six
strong.
eight.
No, I meant to say 5'8", 5'8". He's
Oh,
5'8" and he's super strong.
really? How old's your dad?
63, and he's still throwing weight. The guy's
He,
a
he's still working out?
powerhouse. Yeah, he still works out, still does weighted running. He runs like 2 miles with like 50 pounds on his body.
What?
Yeah. He's a freaking he's
He's
an
how old, sorry?
inspiration. 63.
That's incredible.
Yeah. He's a powerhouse for sure.
Does he do fitness training? Fitness Is he a fitness coach?
Yep, he does. He trains people on everything. He has he in his garage at his house. He has his own little gym back there. Yeah,
What's his
he's
handle, if you don't mind me asking?
oh he's not in social media or anything like that.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what I do is I intermittent fast every day.
Hmm.
And if I get like hunger pains, like 'cause I haven't eaten anything all day since dinner last night,
Hmm.
and then if I get hungry, I'll just have like almonds or like some nuts. And honestly, that can be a meal replacement in itself. And then whey protein and creatine to get that um, brain clarity, extra boost of energy. Um, yeah,
So she did mention that thing called circle. She mentioned Kajabi,
Kajabi.
Kajabi.
Yeah,
Yes.
Kajabi is the number one course platform. It's not very good with community or it tried to do everything after GHL came out because they were losing a ton of market share and people were coming off Kajabi because Kajabi, I had Kajabi too before. They charge you per course. So, for example, there might be like a 97 or whatever a month for one course. And then once you go beyond that and you want to do three courses, you're at 297, 497, 597, 997. Where GHL, you can do unlimited for like the 97 or whatever you pay if you're paying for a sub account or agency. So there
Hmm.
are, and I know people like the guys that I help with a 3 million in 24 months, they were on Kajabi, but they switched to GHL. It's not good for community
Yeah.
at all.
The best
So
one
if you
she
want
was
community,
mentioning was Circle.
Circle is good too.
Yeah.
Um, they all have their pros and cons. Like, I don't know a lot of people in Circle, um, but I think the people that are on it swear by it. But
Yeah.
they're the exception, not the norm.
Yeah. I just really I'm looking for something because like we were saying, school is what you get. You know what I mean? It is what you get. But like I want something where like we can do everything on on the back end and then just change up what the front end looks like. Change up the tabs, change up the this, like make it look very professional on that end, not just a school
This might be an option for you. It's called Heartbeat.
heartbeat.
It's what Patrick Allen Jones uses. He's a pretty prominent sales coach, closer with Joel Elster. Um, he's the only person I know that used it, but it looks like Skool slash circle slash, I don't know if it's a combination of all the best stuff because I don't know anyone else on it, to be honest. Um, most of the people I know um, that are trying to do, I think what you and I are trying to do, I found is on Skool. So,
Got it.
I mean, you take
So,
Alex Hormozy and Sam Ovens, two of the brightest minds.
yeah, running the school groups.
It's not perfect, but it's really good.
Got it. But yeah, we've been mulling that over. I've been trying to get a hold of Mitch. He just started like this marketing campaign. He wanted to talk to you also. That was something else I wanted to tell you. Um, but I need to get a hold of Mitch. He's been a little bit MIA since he started his new marketing campaign, and I think he's just getting a lot
Who's
of
Mitch?
business. Mitch Nelson in the group, the real estate guy.
Oh, okay. He's one of the guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just
What did you guys have in mind?
he wants to potentially do some sales stuff with you.
Like what kind of sales?
He didn't really go too much in depth, but he does high ticket real estate sales, coaching sales.
So he like is he a real estate investor?
Yeah, real estate investor. He runs his own real estate group, uh, doing teaching pretty much teaching people how to do real estate investing.
Okay, yeah. I had one of my VIP clients. She was doing I think 250K a month doing that. So she was doing things like creating a community. It was Facebook, and then doing some sort of real estate academy, real estate investor academy, And then she was doing partner deals with her students where she was making money,
Yep.
helping them get their first deal, building the trust. And then she started to make a killing because I think she had like, I can't remember, 1,000 units or whatever. There's a name for it, like doors or whatever they call them.
Yeah.
Once you get a certain number, she's beyond the thousands in Texas and Florida and blah blah blah.
Yeah, that's super awesome. That's literally what I would love to do. Um, like I want to get into real estate and do the doors. You know what I mean? Like I have a real estate partner, not Mitch, but I have a real estate partner who's managed like a couple $1 billion of projects up in New York.
Holy
He,
smokes!
yeah, he did a courthouse, a family courthouse in Manhattan, I think in somewhere in Manhattan, New York, and that was
Yeah.
like a $200 million build that he was involved in.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
gosh.
people spending $200 million on a courthouse build. Like,
Are you talking about courthouse as in like like a judge and
yeah,
lawyers?
yeah.
Holy, that's
And
insane.
it's a family courthouse, but he's done so much work. In the which building was it? Um, he did all the stone for the Empire State Building. He
What?
Yeah, he redid all the stones inside of the Empire State Building when after they did a big remodel. He was the one who handled the remodel.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're looking to get into some pretty big deals. We have some people that are doing they bond the projects. So like, they have surety bonds where you can buy them in banks where it's like AA, AAA rated bonds, up to like 180 million we can do them for. So you just looking for the right investor.
You know what? So interesting. I was just talking to a guy on a podcast, Luke Spicer. He's a man of faith from in Calgary, Alberta-ish area, which is in the West Prairies of Canada. Um, he's doing this little side hustle. Like I met him in Ty Lopez's training because I'm one of the trainers, sales trainers for Ty Lopez
Mhm.
in what he calls the Black Belt Sales Mastery. There's about 200 sales reps in there. So I teach there like once or twice a month. Anyway, so Luke Spicer, he reached out to me. He was one of the 200 reps there, right? He DMs me and says, "Hey, I really love your approach to sales. It's so different from anything that I've learned from all the greatest names. You name them, Jeremy Miner, Daniel G, all these huge people, even Ty Lopez. But your approach is so different, and I love the way you do it because that's the way I like to sell." We got on a call, we became friends, and then I find out that this guy's selling gold and silver, so he's transferring people's RSPs without any tax penalties. And like for example, one person had 500,000, $500,000 worth of RSPs. Long story short, by the time they would take it out during when they retire, they would have lost $100,000, right? Because of
Wow.
inflation and all these different factors. And they're like, we thought this was going to be like our retirement plan, that it would grow. Not that we would not only not get our money back, but we would lose money. And he was telling me, and I had notes on this because I was on a podcast yesterday. He said if they had put it into an RSP, and the other person that was holding it for 10 years where they lost 100,000, that amount would have been worth $1.2 million,
Holy shit.
right? And so he's like, do you want to lose 100,000 or do you want to make, whatever the difference is, 500 to 1.2, like 750, $700,000, right? And
That's crazy.
so anyways, he sold $15 million worth in nine, without trying.
How do we get involved in that?
I know, right? So it's a long story, but the short version of it is the guy that is kind of running this whole system, whatever you call it, he's very quiet. You can't find him anywhere. He's obviously doing a lot bigger numbers. And then when I was asking him about like, if I want to get into this, how do I get into it? He goes, well, it would probably take, depending on, your knowledge, 3 to 5 months to get onboarded and ramped. and then they would take a percentage of it, which makes sense.
Hmm.
So it's just a matter of time, bandwidth, and if that's something, because he said there's so many people that have done it and either flaked out or went to other different suppliers, and just that's why he doesn't, the guy that's at top of this thing, he doesn't work with people anymore because of how many people burned him.
Makes sense. I mean,
Yeah,
this is good knowledge, you know, like you're letting someone into a business that's very lucrative. And it's
very
just like you
lucrative.
do this and then you get all the connections and you waste someone's time.
Yeah, and then
It's that investment.
and the other guy that I'm in a mentorship with, Mark. Do you know Mark Lack? Mark Lack, Lack.
Yes. Yep.
He works with Josh Gavin, who's like the low ticket funnels expert. So Josh is like 23, 24. He's a young hot shot. I mean, I don't say that in a bad way. He's amazing. They're both men of faith. Mark Lack had an ed tech company that he sold for 5 million, and 90% of it he invested into Bitcoin when it was $9,000.
Sheesh.
So he says his projection is to be a billionaire in the next 5 to 8 years. So he's on track for that.
How old is he?
Mark is probably like 30, just like low 30s. He just bought a
Sheesh.
Lamborghini Urus and with cash, and then he's buying 800 acres of land right now
Sheesh. That's crazy.
because he wants to build a compound.
Yo, tell him we're looking for investors for our ophthalmology clinic roll-ups that we're doing.
Do you have an investor pitch?
Yes, we do. I
Okay,
can send it
send
over
me
to you.
that. Do you have my email address?
Of course.
Okay. So yeah, so I mean, guys like him, they look at buying businesses, right? And either getting equity or royalties or payouts, and or he also helps partner with other businesses that are doing well, but he helps scale them and either exit them or just take a rev share so that he can like they call it offer publishing. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah.
Offer publisher. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what Josh and Mark do. And they've made Mike Tyson, I can't remember the big names, but they had huge celebrities that they worked with. I think they even tried to work with The Rock and Justin Bieber, but they declined because they wanted too much share, too much rev share.
Yeah.
So they stopped that.
But yeah, we're looking for a right now we're closing up on our ophthalmology clinic, I think, within the next couple of days. Um, maybe let me not lie, probably like mid-December, third week of December, like type of thing. Um, which would be great because then we can go to New York for
Oh,
it.
you're buying it out?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So we're excited about that. But our idea is after this first one, we have another one that's already in our wheelhouse for another like 400,000 for for a buyout.
Nice.
We're gonna scale and grow these things and move to another state. But the idea is at least 5 clinics a year that we want to be rolling up.
You're
Putting,
it sounds like what with gyms, right? With gym launch.
I mean, essentially, yeah. But we'll own them
Yeah.
versus
Yeah.
yeah. So if we
Uh,
find the right partner, we could really like scale this to the moon. We have everything ready.
well, Mark was doing something similar with medical doctors. I can't remember if it was their clinics that they were trying to help grow and scale. Um, but there was a webinar, and I didn't go to it because I was too busy. But the short version of it was they were like they can take the business from like 1 million to like I think 3 million conservatively every year, and they were able to share a huge portion of it just because it's new income or new revenue that they've been trying to do for the last decade or two, and they haven't been able to break past that ceiling. But because of their marketing, their automation, their systems, um, and probably their ads and funnels that because they've run so many offer publishing deals, they just cracked the code, right?
Yeah, of course. It's always that's what we're gonna do. Like we're gonna step in. Right now the business does like 1.7, the original one.
Yeah.
Um, and the way the marketing works, it's kind of crazy. So like every 20K that he puts into the business, he he makes about 120,000. So 20,000 towards marketing, he makes about 140,000 back. It's just like the way that the
What?
machine works. Yeah.
He puts 20K and he gets 120K.
Yeah.
So imagine if he put 120K in.
That's what I was saying. Like right now, this guy's literally running his business in the Stone Age right now. Like
Really?
everything on paper, there's no automation, nothing, you know. It's pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie to you.
So how many guys, partners are buying this out?
Just two of us.
And then are you going to put on the marketing and the sales and the funnels?
Yep, we're gonna just activate it. And then that not only that, I forgot to tell you, he only does surgeries once a week on Thursday. So he's not even capitalizing on the rest of the weeks, on the days of the week.
He has a physical location, obviously, right?
Yeah, if you look at it, it's called Park Avenue LASIK.
Park Avenue LASIK.
LASIK.
Oh, so it's a laser eye surgery.
Yep.
So how many bays or whatever, like what's his capacity if he wanted to do X amount of surgeries per day, whatever?
Um, so realistically, they open from open to close. I think it's like 9 to 5. They can
Yeah.
probably realistically do about like one patient per hour from like pre-op, um, operation, and then post-op because there's actual timelines that are needed. Like they need to come in and understand like how to sit in the chair, what's gonna happen, the eye stuff. So they're getting coached for like 15 minutes. Then they do the surgery. The surgery is actually fairly quick.
I
I
heard.
watched, yeah, depending on like the how bad the eyesight is, it'll determine how long the surgery would be because they have to do the laser may have to go a little bit longer, but it's really like a couple minutes. The biggest part is like setting up the patient, making sure they're good, because you're really scraping at their eye with their eye wide open. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So calming them down, getting them to a good spot, and then the surgery begins. I would say like 5 to 15 minutes there, and then the post-op, they need to sit in a room for like another 15. You know what I mean?
So you can get 8 in a day and 40 in a week. And
Hmm.
then if you're doing it 5 days a week, you can get like 200 of those in a month
Yep.
versus four.
And then you times that by 5K for each surgery.
Let's see. Are they open Saturdays?
We can be open 7 days a week.
Okay.
Like we
So
really
based
could
on
be.
5 days a week, just based on 5 days a week, one patient per day, then you're looking at $1 million a month.
Yep.
Oh, I
So
just saw it. He's got 523 Google reviews at 4.8 stars.
yeah. So just so you know, this guy is like the grandfather of this specific type of LASIK surgery. Like he is one of three in the States that do this surgery.
Dude should open up like a school to teach people and charge people. You should do a
I said,
joint venture on that.
I told him that also.
Because what happens is now you can evergreen it, and then he can get royalties for the rest of his life. And when he retires, if he wants to retire early, then you can raise up other people
To
to
do it.
get certified through the Park Avenue late certification.
Exactly. I mean, that's the plan. He has a thing called the fellowships. That's what he has fellowships of people who come in. But I think having just a training center for certification on this procedure would be great. Um, but then the other thing is we'll be creating more competition. Or the other thing that we were thinking is like get these people certified to work inside of our facilities that we're going to
Yes.
be turning over.
And that's how you scale it, right? Because you get people certified, they become in-house. Let's say you have 100 people that go through it and only 10 of them are really good. They have to pass an exam. And then
Hmm.
that's how sales works, right? Like in Rob Quinn, he has a sales agency where he gets 50 people through paid ads. He's worked it down. I know it's a whole system. So he gets 50 students that pay $3,000 um, every single month through paid ads. So 50 times 3,000. is what? Uh, so he's making $150,000 on the front end just for people who are joining his sales academy, which is a school. It's a 30-day school, right? And they have to take an exam. He says, I think only 50% of them pass or something like that. So 25 get to pass. And then on the back end, he's got 7-figure entrepreneurs who are running paid ads. And there's got to be a certain criteria. Like I think they have to be spending 50K or more a month in ad spend so that they have lead flow. And then they pay him. So the usual model is they pay the setters and closers like a percentage. So let's say 5% for setters, 10% for closers, which is 15% total. So let's say he
Yeah,
charges, for easy math, 30% because he's already trained them and you don't have as high attrition and he's going to continue to train them. So off the 15% of what the commission that is given to the setters and closers, he takes 15%. That's typically how the model works, but he's gotten rid of that model because of the headaches. And so he just says, I'll charge you, I don't know, $5,000 to get you a setter or a closer that you can keep for life because I've already trained them. Right. And
makes sense.
there's like, I think, I don't know, at least 50 people paying him on the back end. So that's like $300,000, $400,000. And the point being is it works really well. And if you can get people to take the fellowship, what do you call it? The fellowship academy or fellowship internship that you were talking about through this guy, fellowship training center, right? And they go through this rigorous testing, and then the top dogs can be the ones that can be your in-house LASIK surgery doctors for your locations to fill the one office and then fill 5.
Yeah, we can give them like an offer, like, hey, our plan is to open up another center. You passed the course. We like your attitude. Would you be open to being the head physician there or something?
Oh, they'd be like, heck yeah. Because
Yeah,
like for them to get certified and to get like trained, now they got to go sell themselves, right? And so many people suck at, their CV, their interview skills, their social, like their ability to like connect socially.
communicate.
It's
Yeah,
Yeah, they're so bad, especially people who are engineers and doctors because they're bookworms, right? Anyways, that's a stereotype, but not
you're
all of
not
them.
wrong, dude. Like we noticed that most majority of these doctors don't know how to run a business. They know how to do the work, and that's the difference. You're not gonna you obviously have those one-offs, but the stereotype is there. They're very analytical. They know how to do what they do, and they know how to do what they do well. And that's if they can if we can mitigate all the other things that would distract them in running the business, they can just be as efficient as
Oh my
possible.
gosh.
Like
Right.
that's why we're telling the doctor, like, listen, all you're gonna have to do is come in and shoot the laser. You're not gonna have to worry about anything else. So
So you go from a $20,000 a month business to 1.1 million.
yeah, we can really rev it there. Like that's the goal with that one.
That's a 50x multiplier. That's a
Yeah.
50x multiplier. That's ridiculous.
And then once we give it a facelift,
I gotta
like
run. How
yep.
can I serve you, brother?
Um yeah, I mean let's keep connecting. I feel like we have such great networks and things that we can collaborate on until the school group starts. You know what I mean? It would only make sense.
Yeah. And two other things I'll just put up there as I'm planting seeds is I'm talking to and looking at doing a kingdom like partnership collaboration with faith-based entrepreneurs that are one of the like they're very successful podcast agency. So that's what has helped me do a lot of joint ventures and partnerships and all these different things. They have like an agency that they run Mind Valley. Do you know Mind Valley podcast?
Never haven't heard of it.
Huge. Mind Valley podcast is huge. So, anyways, it's like celebrities, influencers, the who's who is on Mind Valley. They run their podcast, so they have 450 million downloads. So I'm just talking about resources and leveraging for you. I know your mind is like you're very like I seen your business plan. I know how you think. So that's a resource or a network connection. And I
Mhm.
also have access to the one of the largest YouTube marketers called Monster Kong Marketing. They do Ty Lopez's channel. They do Bob Proctor's channel. they just secured the license for EXP Realty, which is one of the largest realty companies in the world, and they're crushing it in terms of growing. And they can blow up they blew up my YouTube channel from 0 to like 5 or 6K in like 3 months or less, all
That's so
organically.
great. That's
It's
awesome.
amazing for me because I couldn't do anything with it. And they do that with so many other people. It's like real estate agents who suck at, social media. And now they're getting, thousands and thousands of subscribers and people watching. They have a 24/7 live stream and leads coming in to help them generate more business. So that's something that can work potentially for what you're doing or your businesses that you're acquiring
Yeah,
and or for
even
future.
I was gonna say even for the Skool group, if you think about like as long if we get the people through the door through like our marketing efforts, they'll understand like what it is that we're doing. You know what I mean? They'll understand like the other things that we have going on, like the acquisitions, the everything. So I think that'd be
They
super
they're
cool.
they're really really good at growing YouTube accounts, like really good.
And I've heard of them too. The Kong.
Yeah, Monster Kong
Uh,
Marketing.
yep, I've heard of them.
Yeah, Alexander James, he and Dan McSweeney. They're both men of faith. They're awesome. I talk to them on a weekly basis. They're literally trying to put a proposal together for me to help train and run and sell for them because because they've seen me sell and they've been in a couple of my master classes. I'm like, dude, can we get you? Can we get you? Like they're literally in my WhatsApp, like on a like you should see the number of messages that they send to try to get my attention.
Nice. Like, Jay, let's do this. Jay,
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
do
they
this.
are like voice messages and messages like crazy. It's like unbelievable.
I
So
love
they
it.
I finally got on a call with them last week and then they're putting a proposal together right now.
100%. Well, Jay, don't let me hold you. I know you
Yep.
got some things you got to do, and I know it ran on a little longer than we expected.
No,
But
anytime, brother. Just keep reaching out to me and if you need anything, let me know.
wonderful. I
Okay.
appreciate you, and I appreciate your time today. Thank you,
Likewise.
Jay.
Take care, brother.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.